Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Ascension to Love. Welcome to this live stream. We are going to be looking at the week ahead. Right now, we're going to be looking at the week commencing, the 23rd, 24th of January, all the way through to about the 30th. Let's just have a little look at what the last week of January is going to bring, because we've got Venus still in retrograde in her last week. We've got Mercury still in retrograde. Eris, that wonderful mini planet, Pluto's little sister, has just gone direct. So that has been causing quite a stir for the past 6 months or so, as she is known for that fire energy, for that feminine energy that causes us to really look at what isn't working and cause a bit of disharmony in the structure of any wounded patriarchy that may be about. So she's definitely been causing quite a stir, and you may have felt her go direct again over the past day or so. But we are in a very interesting time where, as humans, we are cyclical beings, right? We flow, and that is very much part of what we are here to remember. And winter, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, winter definitely reminds us of that, right? So before we go into all of that, I do just want to say welcome to anyone that is new to my channel. Thank you for joining me here. If you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram or on the replay on YouTube, because this is going live on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. And do hit the like, follow, notification bell, all that stuff. Comment, heart it. Let me know that this content is relevant for you, that it's helpful, right? Let me know how you're getting on, what you're feeling and experiencing, because I can only really talk about what I'm experiencing and my interpretation of the energies that I can tap into and tune into. And it's my desire that it does help you, right? It's my desire that anyone that watches this, or anyone who receives the link to this video, receives something that helps unlock their inner standing, right? That inner knowing more, so that you can further align. So who am I? My name is Alice. How do you even describe yourself, right? I'm another human being, right? Who just wants to help as many people as possible find that inner alignment with themselves and tap into their inner godliness, that inner knowing, right? That goddess or God within you, all that sacred knowledge within you, right? So I do a lot of work with the mystery school teachings, and I share a lot of that. I do a lot of channeling from the seraphim, from the angelics and the star beings, priestess initiation. I offer many things, and really it's whatever you need, right? Whatever you need. So if you're drawn to my energy, know that whatever it is that you desire on a soul level, on a higher level, we're going to be able to achieve. But for now, let's go back to what it is that we're here to talk about this next coming week, because I think everyone can say that it's been really quite interesting, right? It's been really quite interesting how we've been experiencing this energy, how we've been flowing through it. Now, like I say, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere specifically, we are in the middle of winter, right? And winter is that time where we are going through that death and rebirth, right? We are going through the crone phase, right? Or the old sage, right? Of that energy within us. And, we are meant to be slowing down, right? We're meant to be slowing down. We're meant to be taking that time to just flow with whatever it is that we need, whether that is rest, whether that is self-care, whether that is a walk in nature, whether that is, connection with another. You may not be feeling very extroverted right now with it being winter, Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, but who knows? But there's a lot going on, right? So really, we can find ourselves as as elemental beings, as we are, made up of this beautiful earth, as we are, with that beautiful divine spark which resides within, which drives this beautiful temple of light that you are all sitting there watching this in. We can find ourselves really aligning with obligation, right? Thinking that, for a lifetime and lifetimes plural of all that memory within everyone's cells and what we've absorbed on our superconscious level, on our subconscious level, on all these different levels, all this information that we've absorbed, we can find ourselves in winter feeling that we need to keep the pace up, right? Keep up the energy that we've maybe been maintaining in the summer, when we're full of that light, when we're full of that drive, right? But winter isn't that time, right? Everything does, go back to the earth, right? And hibernates. And that's a good thing, right? That's a really good thing, because we can't continue to go and expect to receive the higher results and the higher manifestations that we actually really desire on a heart level, right? Anytime we wish to collaborate, co-create with another beautiful being, or many of them, or just with your higher being or with source, God, creator, angels, whatever you choose to, whatever resonates with you, when we are co-creating, right, we need to be in that flow, because that flow is that receptive energy. It's the masculine energy within us that gives us the drive, the focus, the attention, right, and the order. But it's the feminine energy that allows whatever it is that we've been creating and whatever action has been flowing from us in alignment, preferably. And what I mean by alignment is aligned action. Does it feel really good to be doing whatever it is that you're doing, right? And if it doesn't, allow yourself to do whatever your body is telling you, because your body has so much wisdom in him or her, right? Your body has so much wisdom, and you will know. So if you feel tired, rest, right? Because it's in that resting that we allow ourselves to receive, because the feminine energy within us, and we have both masculine and feminine energy within us, right? Every single person. This is nothing to do with how Earth interprets gender. This is about the principle of gender, right? Which is a universal law. And it's the masculine energy that is that lightning rod, right? That goes, that is what I'm going for. That's what I'm manifesting. Yet it's only in union within of that feminine energy, that magnetic energy within, that allows us to receive. And that is usually what we pinch ourselves off with. That's usually the energy that we pinch ourselves. That's usually that's usually where we go, we do all this work and raise our vibration to not actually let it in, right? Which is crazy, really. So in this time, and even if you're in the southern hemisphere, right, you're going to be feeling this as well, because we're part of this whole collective, right? We're part of this whole collective energy. You're going to be feeling the peaks and flows, and that may be different for each and every person, and hopefully it should be, because we are not all one and the same. We are not all one collective, right? We have our individuality as well. And that's important, because although there will be themes that we all will be experiencing, right? Although there'll be themes, we will interpret it differently based on how we've been raised, based on what our experiences have been, based on what resistance is within us on a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual level from this lifetime or others, right? If you've not yet visited my website, I would just say, actually, at this point, there will be a newsletter going out in a couple of days to anyone on my love list. That's what I call it, my love list. It makes me feel good when I say that. But on my email list. And if you're ever interested in any past life regression, any work in the quantum realms, that's where discounts get posted, is on that email list. So if that does interest you, I would advise just pop in a separate tab open on your phone or computer and just go into aliceheath.com, ALICEHEATH.com, and just signing up to that email list, because there will be a newsletter going out in a couple of days, and there's usually something on discount only for email subscribers. So, but Eris, right? Pluto's little sister. Oh, or is it Mars's little sister? I always say Pluto because it's only about 30 miles radius smaller than Pluto, but it's actually Mars's little sister, isn't it? Sorry, I'm getting corrected there by Eris herself there. But Eris is just stationed direct, right? After being in retrograde for, about 6 months or so. And she was in retrograde in that fiery instigator sign of Eris, right? So, you may have felt a push recently, right? To really, you may have felt a bit of frustration or irritation with a patriarchal energy that may have been formed in a way such as a governing body, or such as, something to do with tax, or something to do with, school or medical, or something to do with one of the patriarchal structures that the whole world essentially has, right? And you may have felt that more recently, just in the past few days alone, simply because Venus is coming to the end of her retrograde and Eris just went to the end of hers. Now, she'll be in a shadow phase for a little while, so we'll still feel that influence. But the reason why I bring this up is because whenever a planet, a comet, an asteroid, anything like that goes into retrograde, it appears to us as though it's going backwards, right? But that's what they actually do is they help us to find whatever the energy is that they represent. It helps magnetize that and expand that within us so that we can find deeper alignment with our truth and our true nature. And that is so important to know, right? Because whenever we find ourselves in periods of resistance, conversations, or just kind of like, maybe you've got, maybe there's a challenge, a problem, an obstacle that you're trying to overcome, always note that when you're focusing on the problem, the answer is already there, but it's at a different frequency, it's at a different vibration. And that's why resting, that's why we started out talking today about, resting and being in flow with yourself and what you need, right? Things that will raise your frequency. And that very much revolves around self-care. And can you see how this is partnered so perfectly with the end of Eris retrograde, that fiery chaos of the feminine energy, which, when misunderstood by the masculine, can often be very desecrated and gaslighted, but she doesn't allow that to happen. Eris doesn't allow that to happen. And a lot of the ascended masters that have walked before us, and angelic realms as well, support very much, the empowered version of that. So, for example, Sekhmet, Kali, great energy to work with right now, and when we look at angelics, Zadkiel, right? Amethyst, Faith, those archangels, Anyway, I digress a little bit, but can you see the utter perfection that is happening around us? Because with that focus in mind, with that being drawn out of us to look at how that reflects in our own personal life, we've also got the last week of Venus retrograde. And Venus retrograde, is going to be showing up for people in different ways. But to really simplify it, we've got, love and money. How do we value our self-respect, our self-worth? How do we value ourselves? How do we, do we look outwardly for that? Do we need someone else to tell us how well we're doing, how amazing we are? Do we need someone else to, put their limitations over us and use their limiting beliefs of their self as our measure, right? For how much we should receive love? No. And the same with financial, right? Our self-worth when it comes to our financial status, our job, vocation, career, whatever it is, how money flows in and out. You may find that it's being a little bit pinched right now as we're being encouraged to delve into why that might be, to any beliefs that we may have, right, about earning money, or not even money itself, but actually just being able to live comfortably and freely and well, right? And the consistency of that, right? So it's timed so perfectly. And then with a Mercury retrograde over the top of that, it brings in how we work with others, how we communicate with others, other people, right? So that we can expect to kind of carry us through into next week. If any of that has been rising for you, any interesting family dynamics, specifically this week, and specifically mirrored outwardly or around the topics of, new homes, paying bills, legal matters, movement, travel, anything like that, know that it is really what you're being encouraged to do by your higher self is to redress, is to revisit where your beliefs, your mental beliefs and mental resistance may have come from, but not to delve back and go back through time specifically, more to go, actually, I don't know I believe that anymore. I don't know I believe that anymore. I believe that, as we are constantly expanding, right, within ourselves, right, I believe that there actually is another path, another answer, another way of doing things that brings more joy and more bliss. And that's really what we're here to do. We're here to expand and have fun. We're not here to restrict ourselves, although that contrast is very helpful. We have Imbolc soon, right? Imbolc is that arrival of the light. By the Gregorian calendar, it's going to be the 1st of February. However, by the sun and the actual, sky, it'll be on the 4th of February this year. And so, that is, it's often known as Bridget, right? Her turn of the wheel, her holiday, her festival. that celebration, right? Where the light enters the home, the hearth ignites again, right? Life starts to blossom and seed and birth. And I find it no coincidence as well that there will be a new moon, right? There'll be a new moon in Aquarius. Did we feel the shift from Capricorn to Aquarius? Those new ideas coming in, that freedom of mind coming in a little bit more so, right? New ideas coming forth, seeing things slightly differently. Well, we've got a new moon on Imbolc, right? In Aquarius. So what a wonderful time to be planting seeds, right? What a wonderful time to be, we'll have just finished Venus retrograde. We will be in the final couple of days of Mercury retrograde. So we're starting to gain momentum within ourselves. And, that whole week, that will be, the week after, from the 1st onwards, that whole week will be very, very expansive, right? But before then, we have this week where we're at the last quarter moon in Libra, right? And because it's in Libra, right? Libra, once again, has got a wonderful relationship with the planet Venus, as I'm sure many of you watching this will know. So once again, that this last quarter moon that we have, it takes us into really, once again, going inwards. It takes us into that going inwards and having another look at how we feel about things, especially to do with money, relationships, and those types of things that we spoke about all through this live stream today, right? So utilize the energy of this time of the next few days to really allow your mind to figure things out. And when I say allow your mind, I don't mean to force it and to try and think about things. Once again, I mean allow that flow, because when we are receptive in our flow, we're receiving thoughts from our higher self. We're receiving input from our team of light, from our angels. And that's so powerful. I'm going to draw some cards in just a moment for this coming week, but it is going to be a week where if we allow ourselves to go in and to feel what we need to feel, to rest when we need to rest, and to release what we need to release on a mental and emotional and physical level, then we are going to be starting February in such a strong way. You will be starting February in such a strong way, manifesting what it is that you desire, because right now the feminine energy, she is holding us all like this beautiful divine mother, exactly how the true divine mother holds us, healing, nourishing, comforting, safe, secure, warm, right? In her belly, in that void, right? And if we allow ourselves to rest and sleep through the night, which is this next week or so, the dreams will be so much more lucrative, right? So, and if anyone would like a little bit of help with that, please feel very welcome, like I say, to have a little look at my website at the one-to-one offerings that I have available. I have some space from the mid to the end of next week. So we're about 5 days. We're about 5 days to a week or so wait for one-to-ones. And on the 7th of February, I have a wonderful event, an evening of magic and alchemy, where we get to transmute, transcend, transform anything that we are resistant to, and really recreate, right? Recreate what we desire, recreate all those things that we've been spending so much time this winter season experiencing, to bring it up, to let go of, to transmute it. And once again, call on your angels, call on Raziel, Zadkiel, Amethyst, Faith, call upon those. We have this wonderful goddess card coming in here, right here. Look at that. Triple goddess, silver energy, the divine feminine coming in once more. This insight, the intuition, the ability to receive new ideas and new pathways. We're still incubating them though right now. It's not a time necessarily to act on them, but it's a time to gather them and allow them to come in, especially this week. Allow those thoughts, allow that intuitive knowing to come in, right? Because you have all the answers within you. And once again, every question you've ever asked, every obstacle you've ever had, the solution, the remedy, the answer is always created at the exact same time. We just have to shift our frequency to match it. So if we focus on the problem and our mind gets overly chatty, we're not going to receive the solution. However, if we rest, slow down, be in nature, allow our vibration to rise naturally in that way, a lot can come through, you know? And that's very much what the Aquarius season, the Aquarius new moon is going to be about, is allowing the chatter to calm here. So anyone with an Aquarius moon, I'm sure you'll understand that. But we have truth revealed coming in. We've got this mirror, right? It's mirroring coming in. So, you know, you can expect this week that there will be a lot of opportunity to see within others that you interact with, to see wherever you're looking, whether it's on social media, whether it's out and about, whether it's with your family, your friends, whether it's just an overall energy. You're going to be given the opportunity to really see any resistance that we have. And this, you know, it's not easy to look at our resistance and our shadows and want to heal them. A lot of us are addicted to the cycle of wanting to be the victim, right? Addicted to the cycle of the pain, of the comfort zone of, you know, not having or not being. But this right now, you know, this is a call to action for anyone watching this, right? You know that you are worth more. So heal your shadows. Allow the mirroring to, you know, to unlock your heart further, because the light that is within you is so, so bright. Lights up the whole planet. And you know it. Deep down, you know it, right? Allow that goddess energy to come forth. And yeah, I have some wonderful courses on that, you know, Rebirthing the Goddess, where we look at all the archetypes. I actually look at 7 different archetypes of the divine feminine, and we do some quantum healing and quantum realignment and sacred remembrance within each class. Really powerful. Womb mysteries, right? Sacred feminine wisdom, womb mysteries, where we look at, you know, sensuality, sexuality, you know, the moon cycle, right? And when I say the moon cycle, I mean your moon cycle, whether you have a womb, whether you don't have a womb, whether you have a sacred bleed each month or not. Getting to know that and connect with that in a much deeper, profound way, because now is the time to be really working with that energy. If that calls to you, feel welcome to have a look at my website, right? Let's draw one final card here. Got that winter card. Okay. Reflection, transition, release. That is what we're meant to be doing right now. You know, there are so many that are, you know, wanting to be doing something more. This isn't about doing something more, the actually resting and receiving. I don't know how many times I've said it in this video, but to actually do that, that is proactive, right? Because the feminine within you is rebirthing herself. And the masculine within you can only rebirth once she's rebirthed, because she births him. And we need both of them to be in harmony, right? For that root chakra to allow us to feel safe, secure, and to provide for us, right? It spins too quickly, we get anxious. It spins too slowly, we get depressed. We want to go in really harmonious, you know, cycle at the base of our spine, so that Kundalini can rise, so that we can create with life force, right? Manifest, you know. But yeah, just allow yourself to breathe this week as well. Think before you respond. Think before you respond, because it could be a triggering week, right? There could be a bit of an energy build this week, and that's good. That's okay, right? It's just to help really bring forth any final stuff that you need to release, that you've been asking on a deep soul level to release. That's really good. That's really, really good. So I'm going to draw a moon card as well. And feel welcome, by the way, please feel welcome to, if you're still watching at this point, I hope you are, but, you know, if you're still watching at this point, feel welcome to ask questions, right? I love reading your comments and your questions, and I love answering them. And yeah. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere as well, I just want to reiterate, you know, this is very relevant for you as well. Although, you know, you're in a different season, right? You're still at the start of a new year, right? You know, really powerful. Okay. Now let's see. I'm going to draw one final card here for a final bit of guidance for anyone that is watching this live on the replay. Oh, and a wonderful friend of mine, Melissa, she is doing a path of myrrh, Magdalene. It's a rose lineage. It's a Magdalene call, but specifically on the path of myrrh, right? So that's on the 1st of February. And I'll link that in the bio. I'll link that in the description box because that will be extremely powerful. And I'm sure most of you watching this will already be familiar with Diana Cooper. She has a Pleiadian call on the 2nd of February. Once again, I'd highly recommend you tune in for that. But we have 2 cards coming in here as final guidance, and I want to show you them both because on the bottom here is that purity, that snow moon, right? You know, card number 30. That's a 3 number. That's an alchemical number, right? Alchemy, Christ-like. And that's what we're doing. We're purifying right now. We're rebirthing, right? We're taking all that has come up and we're going, thank you, but I alchemize it now in my heart light. I alchemize it because it's time, because I'm worth so much more than what I've allowed up till now. And that might have been really awesome up till now, but there is so much more there for you. So much more. And the final card of guidance here is this, look, this wisdom. Once again, wisdom, and we're reaching number 22, number of divine feminine once more. Right. Look at that, we're in 2022. I like that. All the 2s. So allow yourself to receive that wisdom. Allow yourself to reach up there and receive that higher wisdom that is within you, that is around you. But remember, we can't get there from going inside our head. We have to allow ourselves to receive the questions. You have already asked them. You don't need to ask them again. They've already been asked vibrationally. And in the moment that they happened, in the moment that resistance was felt within you, an answer was produced, an answer was created. Because we live in a universe of polarity. So once you get one side, you get the other side. So we have to raise and elevate our vibration to match the frequency of the solution and of that wisdom. Allow it to drop in. Connect with the moon. That last quarter moon, connect with her. Whether you see her or not, right? Whether she's nearing her new moon phase or not, connect with her. Because that is the energy of the feminine, right? Still getting desecrated in today's world. Still getting gaslit. That poor, beautiful satellite. But that's okay. Because the heart light shines so much brighter. And those with eyes to see right through, right? See right through that and receive the higher wisdom of the emotional body that has been shut down for so long, feared for so long, because that's where a lot of the power is. That's where the mirror and the discernment is in the emotional body. An instant knowing of whether we are aligned with our manifestation and our heart's desires or not. So connect with the moon. Go for a walk outside, under the stars, and do it under the sun as well, of course. But allow her wisdom to come through, because that is where the gap is right now, right? And that will so help for when it comes to Imbolc at the start of February, right? And the light, you know, when we gather the light and seed it with that new moon energy. Oh, the divine feminine, she is rising. She's rising within you. And she's singing such a beautiful lullaby to you right now. So allow that rest, allow that flow. Thank you so much for being here. Post any questions that you may have. And I'll see you another time, probably on a Facebook Live next, where I'll be doing card readings. So be sure to follow me on Facebook as well. Ascensions Love with Alice. But thank you all so much. So much love. Happy last quarter moon. Happy end of Venus retrograde. Bye for now.